Hi, Jillian here. This next sequence is just a few poses to encourage a bit more mobility in the shoulders. I've grabbed a few props, well, they're all one and the same. You absolutely do not need them, but I will invite an option for them. So if you have a block, you might grab your block. If you don't have a block, the other things that will work today are a box of tissues or a larger book. Secondly, if any movement I'm offering, I'm encouraging you today to move within your range of mobility. I know the shoulders can be a tricky area for some people, so if I ever talk about bringing arms up to touch and they don't get there, then simply know that you're moving within your range on today, the day you are practicing. And it might be different from yesterday or what it will be tomorrow, but just honoring where your body's at today. And I give an invitation on how you start. It can be in a seat, a comfortable seat, or it can be lying down on your back. For the first few minutes, the actions, the movement can be done either in a seated or reclined position. So make your choice now. You're taking a seat, ground through the sit bones, lift through the crown, and allow the shoulder blades to ease down the back. If you're lying down, allow the shoulder blades to be heavy on the earth. And it is completely up to you whether you extend the legs long or keep the feet on the floor with the knees bent. And then begin to draw your attention to your breath. And now with that conscious awareness, begin to elongate each inhalation, filling all four corners of the lungs. And then as you exhale, exhale fully. Finding a smooth, even breath. And then we'll begin our movement. So for seated, the palms face front. If you're on your back, the palms face the sky. And the action will be done if you're on your back with the arms staying on the ground. So we'll take an inhale and an exhale. Then inhale, raise the arms up above the head. Thumbs touch. Then exhale to lower. Inhale, arms come up above the head. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. I'm going to come to bring the palms so they're facing the earth. If you're on your back, you can either have your arms into your side or you can even make a fist with a thumbs up. Then we're going to inhale the arms up as high as we can, keeping the arms in the direction they're at. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale, lower. We're going to come to bring our arms in front of us. And this is where you may like to use your block just as a point of reference, but works just as well without the block. Exhale. Then inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. If you're on your back, the block is moving up across the body and up to the overhead. Exhale. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Letting go of that prop if you used one. And then we're going to come to take our arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale, cross right on top of left. Big hug. Inhale, spread the wings. Exhale, hug again. Changing which arm is on top each time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, expanding these arms as wide and far back as comfortable. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale wide. Exhale, arms down by the side. If you are lying down, now is the time to slowly make your way up for a seat. For one more little movement before we start to move the whole spine. For this one, the palms face up like you're holding a serving platter. And then we inhale out. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Then I invite you to place your hands behind you, unfold the legs if they were folded. Just take a little drop side to side. I'm going to get ready to come all the way up and over to all fours for cat-cow, and really just noticing the movement of the shoulder blades today here in cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, shoulder blades slide down. Exhale, belly button to spine, round the shoulders, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, cow, shoulder blades slide down. Exhale, cat. Moving here with your breath. Take one more round. Come to sit on the heels as you finish. And then we're going to come high onto the knees. Send that right foot out to the side. We're going to plant that left arm, making sure that that wrist, elbow, shoulder in one straight line. Now with this top arm, we're just going to sweep it in front and then up overhead. Then come back down. We'll take one more like that. Sweep it in front. Then extend fingertips down to toes. Filling the right side lungs. Then inhale, bring it all the way up. coming over to switch sides, taking that left leg out, stacking that right arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and sweep this arm in front. Bring it back down. One more time, sweep it, then extend fingertip down to toe tip. Chest is open, filling the left side lungs. Then slowly inhale to rise. I'm going to come back to that all fours position. Then inhale that right arm. Exhale, thread it through, but don't land, just reach. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach, don't land. Inhale, reach. This time threading it through, taking pause here. Now that left hand can stay here on hand, fingertips. You might extend it up, flip the palm and drape that arm behind your back. Staying here as you breathe into that twist. If the breathing is feeling constricted, ease out slightly. If you've draped that arm behind the back, come to place it back on the earth. And on your next inhale, unwind, coming back to all fours. Taking a pause here. Moving it through the other side. Inhale, left up. Exhale, thread it through, but don't land. Inhale up. Exhale, thread it through, don't land yet. Inhale. Exhale, thread it through, stay here. Once again, right fingertips can meet the earth or whole hand, or maybe even draping that arm behind the back. And stay here. Stay with the breath. Breathing into that space between the shoulder blades. If you've draped that arm behind the back, place the hand back to the earth. And on your next inhale, unwind. Coming back to all fours. And as you're ready, really taking the time to set the foundations, to spread the fingertips wide, make your way up to downward facing dog. As you arrive in your dog, you might like to pedal out the feet or bend the knees. The head be heavy. Then walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Ground through the feet and slowly inhale to rise. Coming to stand. Bring feet inner hip distance apart. Feel all four corners of the foot ground. Then come to take the hands in an interlock behind the back. Begin to straighten the arms as the chest lifts, as the shoulder blades move down the back. If there's no neck injuries, you might even move the gaze upward. Continue to ground through the feet. The belly is slightly engaged here so that we're not flaring out the ribs. So keeping our body tight together, using those core muscles to support us. to rise. I've designed this practice to be a more gentle practice, not really a flow. At this point, you may like to pause your video and take a few rounds of sun salutation if you're looking for more of a flow. And next, we're going to move into eagle. So we're going to bring hands to hips, take that seat. Once again, engaging through the belly. Bring left foot on top of right. Now the toes can act as a kickstand and meet the earth, or they might hover, or maybe even wrap. Then bring the arms out. Take left under right as the palms come to meet. Then reach the elbows up as you sink deeper. If the shoulders are really, really tight here, you can just give yourself a big squeeze. If you have that contact, begin to lift through the elbows. And slowly inhale to raise up and release. And come through the other side, sink down in the hips. Right leg over left. So take the time to find the grounding here. Arms come out. Right onto left. And raise those elbows. Or give yourself a big squeeze. Sink lower. Finding a drishti point, a place to gaze. And slowly inhale and release. This is the second pose where you may find one of your props helpful. You absolutely don't need it, and this is just coming into dolphin. And the reason I often recommend using a prop, I'll use my tissue box, is just making sure that these forearms stay parallel in this pose and that we don't start to splay the elbows. So I'm going to come, if you want to use a prop, it's going to come between the forearms. If you're not going to use it, that's absolutely fine as well. Forearms come to the earth. Fingertips say spread. And once again, I'm just using my prop here as a point of reference to make sure and just remind myself to bring these forearms in together. Then I'm going to tuck the toes and raise the hips. Head hangs. So if that prop's there, I'm not resting on it. I'm still encouraging my neck to be long. And then if this is feeling good, you might walk the feet in a bit closer. Breathe to that space between the shoulder blades. And slowly come down. Next, we'll come to take puppy. I'll offer a prayer hands variation, but if it's not comfortable, you don't need to take it, of course. Knees stay under hips. Walk the hands out. Melt the heart forward. Chin or forehead comes to the earth. And I invite you today to take prayer hands. Bend the elbows, send those prayer hands behind the head. As you melt the heart down here. Breathing to the front and back of the heart. Softening down with each exhalation. Slowly return hands to the earth. And inhale to rise. We'll actually stay on our belly here. Coming to take locust, bringing hands beside the back. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, lift the legs. Fill the belly with that breath. Reaching back with those hands, maybe even interlocking and reaching. And then exhale, lowering. Might feel nice to stack the hands, rest forehead on head. Slowly push into the hands, rising up. We'll just come to take Gomukhasana, cow face pose, although I will offer the variation for the legs. In the full expression of the legs, it's the one where the knees come to stack, which I know is often inaccessible for a lot of people. So we'll start with the leg, if you can access this, the left knee on top. If not, left leg in front in a cross-leg position. If you're taking this, you want to ensure that your sit bones are grounded. If this is causing a lot of pinching in the hips or you to be sitting crooked, then come to this cross leg. And ground down through the sit bones. Grow tall through the spine. And come to bring this left arm up, bending the elbow. And breathing here. And you might stay here, or you might bring this arm out. Flip the thumb down as you scoop in behind and interlock the hands. If that is not available to you, but you're wanting to work towards this, you can always use a strap, a tie, a towel, or you can simply, my fingers just aren't there today, you can simply rest this hand on the back of your back. Also acts as a nice gentle reminder to breathe into this back body. Slowly come to release the arms and change the cross of the legs. Take the time to ground through the sit bones. Lift tall through the spine. Then bring that right arm up. Easing that hand down the back. You like to bring this arm out, possibly taking that bind or using a prop to help you take that bind. You often find there is variation from side to side. And once again, drawing that attention to that back of heart space. Feeling those shoulder blades press into the hands with each inhalation. And slowly release. Come to bring the legs out, giving a gentle drop of the knees side to side. And we'll come to make our way onto our back. You may want your prop handy. We're going to just take a few moving bridges where we're going to move the arms overhead. It can be done with or without a prop. Come to bring feet in or hip distance apart, feet in towards the buttocks. Hands are either down by the side with the palms facing in towards the body, or they might be grasping a prop. Then as you inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, arms float overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. And come to pause, hips heavy. You might even like to walk the feet a bit wider and let the knees knock into touch. Allow the shoulder blades to be heavy on the earth. From here, you might like to extend long into Shavasana, or you might like to finish your practice with a few twists. Or perhaps you'd like to come up to a seat. Just taking a few more moments for yourself. Noticing how the shoulders are feeling. Noticing how the breath is moving through the body. And I leave you now to end this wet practice in a way that is nourishing to you. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.